Okay, children, continuing with chapter 8. Now we are on the last stages of this chapter. Today we will be discussing first of all the first four questions on page 109. The first question is a bus starting from rest moves with a uniform acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square for 2 minutes. So this is the first statement, and as I told you, these are first of all whatever is given you write. Starting from rest means our u is 0. Then it moves with a uniform acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square. So that is the acceleration. And time they have given 2 minutes, and obviously 2 minutes you will convert into seconds, so it will be 120 seconds. And of course, as you know, the formula which we are using, v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half into a into t square, and v square minus u square is equal to 2as. All of these formulas, depending upon what is convenient to us, we will use. Now here the first question is find speed acquired. Now when you see the word speed, don't get confused into using the other formula. Speed is equal to distance upon time. This formula we will not be using. Okay. So now when the word speed is there in these formulas, if you see, speed is related to two alphabets. One is v, which is velocity, final velocity, and one is u, which is initial velocity. Okay. So whenever, suppose in this question speed acquired is asked, so whenever this kind of question comes and you are confused whether they have asked us to find v or u, you just have to see what is given in the question. In this question, starting from rest means u is given. So speed acquired means you have to find v. Okay, you have to find v. So out of these formula, it is very simple to see which formula to use. So use that formula and find v. The second is find distance. For distance, then after you find v, then you see which formula you want to use, whether you want to use this formula or you want to use this formula. And as I said, in some sums both the formulas can be used, so depending upon your convenience you can do. Also most of the children have corrected the mistakes, but in the last homework, this formula s equal to ut plus half a t square, it is half into a into t square. Only t ka squaring you have to do. Some kids are squaring a also, no, only t squaring you have to do. So this is question number 1 on page 109. Now question number 2 on page 110. A train traveling at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. It is traveling at 90 kilometers per hour, so that is our initial velocity. Brakes are applied to produce a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second square. So this is negative acceleration, means retardation. Find how far will the train go before it is brought to rest. So that means final velocity is 0 because it is being brought to rest, and you have to calculate distance. So here it is v, u and a is given. So v, u and a is given. So obviously this formula can be easily used and you can calculate the distance. So when you are doing this, suppose you write v square minus u square is equal to 2 into a into s. V is 0, so 0 square is 0. U, and of course u you have to remember to convert into meter per second. So you have to multiply this by 5 by 18 to convert. And whatever you get, that value of u you will substitute here, and then 2 into, this is of course minus 0.5, so you will write minus 0.5 and into s. Okay, then whatever the answer comes, you just do this. Okay, it is always easier in these questions that once you substitute the value of 2, just bring these two here. Okay, and then you will get the s directly. Okay, this is question number 2. Now question number 3. A trolley, while going down an inclined plane, has an acceleration of 2 centimeter per second square. 2 centimeter per second square. What will be the velocity 3 seconds after start? The time is 3 seconds. 3 seconds after starts means u, he has given you u is 0. Okay. Obviously, again here when the word it's written what will be the velocity, you might get confused whether you have to find initial velocity or final velocity. So you just have to see the question what is given. U is given, so that means v we have to find out, and v is equal to what? U plus 80. V is 0, so 0 plus acceleration 2 centimeter per second square. I am not changing the unit in this also, as I told you many times we write it in meter, but in this sum because time is there in second, we can use it like this also. So our answer will be 6 centimeter per second. Okay, this was a very small sum, so we just finished it here and there then only. Okay, you just have to find v and everything was given. So this was a straightforward sum. Question number 4. A racing car has a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. So acceleration is given. What distance will it cover 10 seconds after starts? So u is 0. Whenever it is given like this, 10 seconds after start, so means u is given. U initial velocity is 0, and this is 10. And of course, in this now you just see which formula you use. S is equal to ut plus half at square, or this. Out of these two, one you will use and just get the answer. Okay. Now we will do question number 5th and 7th. Now question number 5th and 7th, 2 additional things we require. So I'll just write them down for you before we start. These things you will learn about in the 9th chapter, but by chance they have put 2 sums in this chapter in which these things are required. This is when a body is dropped from top, then we take u equal to 0. When a body is thrown up, we take v equal to 0. Acceleration of a body thrown up, we will always take as negative. Acceleration of a body thrown down, we will always take as positive. These 4 things, when we are throwing something, okay, when we are throwing something down and the sum is regarding that, so in that sum you will take u equal to 0. When you are throwing something up, then we will take v equal to 0. This is just like when we are suppose saying that when a train is stationary at a point and then it starts moving, so we take u 0 and v whatever it comes. And similarly, when a train is going at some speed and brakes are applied, then we take v equal to 0 and u whatever was given. So similarly, in sums, when body is dropped from top, you will take u equal to 0, and when body is thrown up, at that point where the velocity it stops and starts coming down, we take v equal to 0. And here acceleration, when a body is thrown up, it is acting against the gravity, so we will take it negative. And when acceleration is thrown down, when something is thrown down, then the acceleration will take as positive. These 4, I'll write this in the notes also for you, these 4 things. And these things will be required when we are doing question number 5th on page 110, and which I will do totally, and question number 7 which you will do on your own, which is on page 113. So first we will do question number 5. You will read the question first. Question 5 on page 110. A stone is thrown in a vertically upward direction with a velocity of 5 meters per second. If the acceleration of the stone during its motion is 10 meters per second square in the downward direction, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? First of all, we will write what all things are given. So first thing, a stone is thrown vertically in the upward direction. So whenever upward direction is given, we take v equal to 0. It is given with a velocity of 5 meters per second. So that is our u. Okay. So that is how you distinguish when what v is given or u is given. Because it is thrown up, so we take v0 and u will take 5 meters per second. Its acceleration of the stone during the motion is 10 meters per second square in the downward direction. In the downward direction word he has written to confuse you, but basically the stone is going up. So acceleration, as I said, when body is thrown up, we will take as negative, so minus 10 meters per second square. And what will be the height attained by it, and in how much time will it take to reach there? Now whenever by height we mean distance, okay? So he has asked you to find the distance, and he has also asked you how much time will it take to reach there. Now the formulas are the same, and once you write everything, you will find the sum becomes very easy. For example, suppose this is v is equal to u plus at. Now v is 0, so I write 0, u is 5, so 5, acceleration is minus 10 into t. 5 will go on that side, so minus 5 minus 10 into t, minus minus gets cut, 10 goes below, cut, 1.1 by 2 seconds or 0.5 seconds is the time. Okay, the time we have calculated by using this formula. And the second part, height. Now s you have to calculate. Now for calculating s, one is this formula, v square minus u square 2as. If we see here, v is there, u is there, and we also have a, so you can easily calculate s. And if you want to use this formula, u into t, u is there, time you have now calculated, to t is also there, half a is also there, and again t is there. So you can use either of the two formulas. Okay, so the time part I have done, distance part you do on your own. Okay, the distance part you do on your own. Now we will see question number 7 on page 113. Question 7, page 113. Hey, this question again I will totally discuss, but just the last part of the solving I will leave to you. Question number 7 is, a ball is gently dropped from a height of 20 meter. So this 20 meter, again whenever you are getting confused what is given, here it is 20 meter, and meter is a unit of distance. So s is given to you, 20 meter. It is dropped from a height. So when anything is dropped from top, we take u0. So our u will be 0. Its velocity increases at the rate of 10 meter per second square. Now many children write this 10 meters per second square as velocity. No, it is not velocity. This is acceleration. And how do I know? Because meter per second square is written, the unit. So acceleration is of course positive. Why is it positive? Because it is thrown down. With what velocity will it strike the ground? That means he has asked us to find v. And second is, after what time will it strike the ground? And he has asked us to find the time also. In how much time will it strike the ground? Now if I see the formulas, first of all, in one we have s, u and a. So if we s, u and a you have, then you can easily calculate v. And time also they have asked us to find, but I can't, here in this formula we don't have v and t, so I can't find the time straight away. So I will use this formula, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Okay, v is not given, so v square, u is 0, and this is 2 into 10 into 20. So v square is equal to 20 into 400. Then root of 400 will be, you know what, 20 meters per second. So you got the velocity. Then second is, after what time will it strike the ground? So time now you can find on your own. If you substitute in this formula, you will easily, v you have, now u you have, a you have, then you can calculate t. So the t part I am leaving for you. Okay, so the t part you can calculate on your own. So these are the 6 sums which we have discussed just now. Now, one other sum we are discussing now, which is question number 8. After 7, there is a question number 8. So that question number 8 we are discussing now. This question, now we will be reading things from the graph. Okay. We will be reading things from the graph. They will give us values, but they will give us the values in the graphs. This graph is made in the question. Now this is question number 8 on page 113. Okay. Speed time graph. This is speed and this is time. Okay. If you see here, initial velocity. What is our initial velocity? Is obviously 0. Okay. Now the question is A. Find how far does the car travel in the first 4 seconds. So time they have given 4 seconds. How far means they have asked you to find S. Shade the area on the graph that represents the distance traveled by the car during this period. So first of all, shading of course you can always do, but right now we are concerned about calculating the distance. So they have given us T, they have given us U, and they have not given us S. S we have to find. Now from the graph at 4 seconds, I just have to read what is the velocity, final velocity. So at 4 seconds, if I read from the graph, it is 6. So this I will write as 6. Okay. So this was a thing which you can read from the graph, and then accordingly you can proceed ahead with the sum. Now the first part is the distance to be calculated. Suppose I use this formula, S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now here if I see I don't have A and I don't have T I have, but I don't have A, I don't have S, so I can't use this formula. Suppose if I see this formula, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. Again that A is not there and S is of course not there. So first I have to calculate A in this. So V is equal to U plus AT. V, as we read from that, 6, 0 plus A, and time as you know is 4 seconds. So 6 upon 4, this gets squared. So acceleration is 1.5 meter per second square. Now I can use any of the formulas. I like to use the second one because it is faster. First one, ut plus half at square. U they have given 0. So 0 into time 4 plus half, acceleration is 1.5, and then 4 square, 4 into 4. Okay. So this calculation of distance now you finish on your own. So in this sum we read from the graph. The value of V you have to read from the graph. So in these sums you will have to do that. And second question is, of course, which part of the graph represents uniform motion. So if you see, after 4 seconds it travels in a straight line. So that you can say it is a uniform motion with constant speed. After 4 seconds it is a uniform motion with constant speed. Okay. So this was question number 8. I have just left the last part for you. Okay. Cheers.